What's good, everybody? This is Chris Spin Show. Welcome to episode 4 of Building a Bridge. Glad you made it this far. We are making some progress, hopefully. So we're going to be talking about getting lucid, staying lucid, and becoming lucid in this episode. So if you've worked with reality checks, right? We talked about that last episode, and you worked with your dream journal and associated those reality checks with the entries in your dream journal, you're ready to become lucid. So when you're sleeping, when you're dreaming, hopefully if you've recognized a pattern, either a pattern with the dream signs from your dream journal, or you've practiced reality checks to the point where it's become a habit, hopefully that habit will translate over into the dream world. And when that happens, you're ready to become lucid. So, for example, the first time I became lucid was a really long time ago. I was practicing my reality check, right? Checking my hand. And it became a habit. It came to a point to a habit. So when I remember the dream. I was walking in an empty city, like just kind of giant empty square in the city, and I remember, oh hey, I should probably do a reality check because it was a habit in the real world. So now it's a habit in the dream world. I did the reality check, and my hand gone, wasn't there. Like, oh snap, I'm dreaming, and kind of your perception changes when you become lucid. For me, it was like a buzzing feeling, and then I could start like making buildings and fixing the city how I wanted to, and that's kind of like without doing any special techniques, which we'll talk about in the next video. That's how I became lucid for the first time. Basically, you want to do your reality check in your dream, and hopefully you recognize that you are dreaming. I say that because there are chances of false positives when trying to become lucid. So for example, if I check my hand, it looks really normal to me. I check it twice, still normal. That's when you go to your backup reality check or second reality check. So for me, right, plug in my nose, trying to breathe. That's my second reality check, and I can definitely breathe through my fingers, so I must be dreaming. And so now you're becoming lucid, or you are lucid now, and it's going to be a great feeling, but you can't go overboard with it. So for example, first time you're lucid, a lot of people just want to like change everything and just do a lot of stuff, and that's great, but you need to remember to keep your mind calm during the lucid dreaming part of your dream. When you are lucid, you don't want your mind to get too excited, because when that happens, you wake up, and so you got to kind of channel that. So for example, for me, when I was first lucid, I changed too many things too fast in my city, and I was making buildings, and I was moving stuff around, and I was literally like picking up giant buildings and throwing them into space, and my mind got too excited. I was changing too many things, and I woke up. That's all good, but some simple tricks though. We want to keep that mind excited. So a trick that works for me: rubbing your palms together. Either something, kind of like what you do when you keep warm, right? Oh, it's cold, and you rub your hands together, and you talk to yourself in your dream. Okay, stay calm, keep your mind calm, relax. Another thing is it helps just to touch things, right? If you touch things, you get a feel for them. Your mind is kind of getting a basis. It's like, okay, I am dreaming, but there are some things that I can still comprehend here, so I'm not going to wake up because I'm too excited. Another one is doing a 360 or spinning in your dream. Not like, but just looking around, just making sure. Okay, I'm dreaming, but I've assessed everything, and I'm all good. And that's what you want to do. So you're lucid. Great. That's great. You can pretty much control whatever you want to do. If you want to fly, yeah, I feel like flying now. Jump, go ahead and fly. You can do that. You can definitely kind of spawn people just where you want them. If you're a guy, I know a lot of the first dreamers like, oh, I'm gonna have sex with all these people. I'm like, okay, that's great. Just make sure you don't get too excited. That's all. for me, I really love talking to dream characters, and dream characters are the people in your dreams. I would definitely recommend it. They say some crazy stuff, and it's a great conversation to have. Just make sure, if you do get lucid, chances are you're going to remember it. Write it down in your dream journal. Write down the reality check that worked for you, what kind of jogged your mind into making a reality check, and what happened afterwards. And the goal is to stay lucid as long as possible. And I know, if you're thinking, oh well, is there any bad side effects of staying lucid too long? And no, there isn't. From my understanding, lucid dreaming and regular dreaming both take place in the same kind of, the REM stage of dreaming, from what I understand. I don't have any academic knowledge in that area, just from what I've read on the internet. So there's really no harmful effects to lucid dreaming, but just it happens in the same brainwave cycle. So that's great. So getting lucid and staying lucid, that's what we want. Now, there are some times where you want to will too much, and for that, just be careful. There's kind of what I like to term direct dream control and indirect dream control. So, direct dream control, we've already talked about. You're lucid. You know what? I feel like a building right there. Boom. You just put a building there. Done. Or I want to fly, so you just jump around and start flying. Or, I want this, I want that, and you do that. And that, for me, if I do too much of that, I get too excited and I wake up. And we don't want to wake up, right? We want to stay as lucid for as long as possible. So then I like to practice indirect dream control. So what I do, I reach into my pocket in the dream, pull out a remote control. It's been there all along, right? Just pull out a remote control. And on this remote control, there will be buttons. So one button will say fly, one button will say, I don't know, talk to this person, one button will spawn this person. And you kind of, if you channel your will into kind of a device in your dream that your brain, your brain will think, oh, okay, that must work, right? If you're lucid, I mean, you press the fly button and you just, boop, you start to hover. Okay, that's great. You're not directly saying, I want to fly, but you have a device which makes people fly. And that's kind of what I like to do. And it keeps me excited. It keeps me calm in my dream, so I stay lucid longer because my brain is not as excited. And it also helps me out if, something I want to do something, I just press a button. There we go. A lot of times, and I know a caveat to this because that's pretty much all I have for staying lucid and becoming lucid. Next, we'll talk about special techniques to get you lucid, make it so you get lucid more efficiently or better, longer, whatever you want to call it. It may seem like lucid dreaming is akin to the movie Inception. Don't think about it like that. I mean, if you change too much stuff in the dream, your dream characters will not come and attack you. Quite the opposite. Your brain will get too excited and you wake up. That's it. So, I mean, you don't need a totem, right? You don't need to, I mean, a totem, you have a reality check. It's more efficient than a totem, all right? So, I mean, you can use it, but I wouldn't. A totem is a bad reality check. I wouldn't use it because it could easily fall over in your dream, right? If you're talking about a top, right? Something can happen to it. So that's all I have for becoming lucid and staying lucid. Remember to keep your brain calm. Rub your palms together, touch things, kind of spin around in a circle slowly, making sure that you kind of establish where you are in your dream. Do a reality check, right? If you're in your dream, do a reality check. Do it twice if you need to. Use your backup reality check if you need to get lucid and stay lucid. And once you get lucid, it's a great feeling. It's really, really fun. And remember, it takes work. There are plenty of times where I have been practicing reality checks for 8 months now, and I still sometimes forget to do it in the dream. And then when I'm writing in my dream journal about a dream I just had, and I wrote down something that was like, oh yeah, you know, this person was 20 feet tall and I was like 2 inches. I was like, ah, crap, I just should have caught it. I should have caught that, and I should have done a reality check for it because it was out of the ordinary. So that's what you want to do. The whole idea is building a bridge with that reality check is to keep your mind a little bit alert while you are, you know, dreaming. And then when that happens, you'll recognize something's off. You'll do a reality check, and you'll realize, hey, I'm lucid. I am dreaming. It's time to have some fun. So hopefully that works out for you. Next, we'll talk about mild and wild and the waking back to bed method. And we'll kind of talk about what to do if you happen to encounter sleep paralysis and when would be the best time to take wild into effect and practice it. So once again, thanks for watching. More importantly, for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions at all, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in the comment section. I'll address it in a later episode, and it'll be great. Thanks. Have a good day.